So in this video, we will discuss about how to read Excel files which are password protected, and then we will use couple of libraries to read the Excel file, or let's say to open it first and then decrypt it. There are like very specific libraries which we can use to read the Excel file which is password protected. So this video covers the methods to decrypt the Excel file and to read the data from that Excel. We need to have those specific libraries or Python libraries to read the data from the Excel because of the encryption part, which involves when we have a password in the Excel. First one that we will be using is msoffcrypto-tool. This is a Python library and it basically decrypts the password protected Microsoft Office products or the files, and then it used to read the data after decrypting it. So when I try to open it, it will ask me for the password. So password, I have maintained it as the data scientist, right? And this is the normal Excel with the password protection. So how do you protect the file, the Excel file? You go to the file, info, and from there info you can enter the password. So there are a couple of options, protect, but I have used to encrypt with the password. Now Ctrl+Shift+P to create a new Jupyter notebook. Virtual environment is already activated. Let's select the kernel as well. So pip install. I will not install it over here. I will install it over here. Pip install. So always make sure that your environment is activated. Then only install this library. Otherwise, it will get installed in your common Python msoffcrypto. Then we also need to import. So first we need to provide the file path, which is my example password protected file path. I need to pass the password. Now I'm sorry to those people who actually came to watch this video thinking that you can unprotect an Excel file or remove the password from an Excel file without knowing the password. Well, that is not possible. At least within this video, I'm not covering that, right? So you need to know the password to read the data from a protected Excel sheet. So the password that I have maintained is the data scientist, right? Let's run this. Is equal to io.bios, I think. Bytes io with open file path, right? Now we are opening the Excel file. Let's give it a name. Office file is equal to then office file dot decrypt, I think. Okay, let's enter pass the password. Let's run this. So there's no error. Decrypted is we are giving a variable, but it's basically a file like object containing the decrypted data or the content that we are taking from the Excel file. Data can be read directly with the help of Pandas, but the cursor might be at the bottom of the Excel, right? We need to make sure that the cursor is at the top, right, to read the data. So what we do, we say decrypted.seek. So this will make sure that we are reading the data from the top. So let's say df is equal to read Excel like we used to do. So decrypted file, and then I will just run this, and then let's say print df, and we have the data. msoffcrypto-tool, which is a library from Python. Now there is another way of reading the Excel file which is password protected. Let's do that as well. Read data from Excel. So basically we used the import win32com.client library, and then we are also using the Pandas. Then we are passing the file path and the password, SCIENTST. So these are the two things that we need to pass, right? I will get an error. I will show you. .dispatch. Now we are calling an Excel object. So this is what the error is. So basically it's saying co-initialize has not been called. So for that, we need to import the python.com library as well, and then we need to initialize it. So what I will do, I will initialize it. Sorry. Let's run this, and then let's initialize it here itself. Will not give us error. Pause. I don't want to see the Excel file when it's open. WB is equal to, and then we will also pass the password. I'll not run this because I'll show you the mistake over here. Now we will close it. When you creating an Excel object over here, it's creating a blank Excel, and with the blank Excel, if you close it without I mean, if you don't close it, then there will always be an instance of Excel that is running in the background, and then if you try to open another Excel file, it will give you error, or there are very much chances of giving an error. Okay, the argument password, so it's probably the password. Okay, my mistake. So it's open and not small o. Now this is one of the mistake that, or let's say an error that I have been getting, is about the file path. Right, so let's run this. So basically it's not able to find the path of this file. Okay, let's do one more thing over here. Let me take the full path. Now you will see one other issue. The code is running, but the problem is it's asking me for the password, even though I have passed, entered, or passed and as the argument for the password, but still it's asking me for password. And then if I enter it, so it's basically getting opened. But now I don't understand why this is happening, and I tried everything to resolve this issue, but I was not able to. So if you are able to find the solution, please comment in the comment section and let me know where am I missing or what is the error. One of the issues that I found is you need to pass the full path of the file, which was not the case with the previous Excel file that we, or the library that we used. But apart from that, even though we are passing the password as the password, so if you say that yeah, so let me pass this small password as a password. So if I run this, run and then run, so it will say that the password is not the correct password argument. So basically it's capital P itself, but I don't know, it's still asking me for the password. So this was the second method. The third method is, of course, using a third-party softwares. Like I mentioned, we have external tools or scripts which can remove the password, but always make sure that you do not get into any trouble, both in the hacking way, because if a Excel file is protected with the password, there is a reason behind that. I mean, you are not supposed to open that Excel file if you don't have the password. So this is something you need to be very much aware. And then sometimes when you install a third-party software to hack the, or to get to know the internal information of an Excel file, there always bug, or let's say some code which might affect your system or which might hack your system itself. So always be cautious about it. If you are doing it in your organization, please make sure that you have required approvals and you are adhering to the policies, or let's say data protection policies within your country and within your organization. So these were the majorly, I would say, I just covered one library, but as far as I know, there are like only 2 libraries available. But see, the second library that we tried, it was not helpful. But like I said, if you know how to solve that problem, please feel free to share it in the comment section. Till then, thank you so much. Please make sure to like, share and subscribe. I will be coming up with more videos like this. Thank you. Take care. Bye.